Alright guys, Sunday night. We were not planning on having a bonfire. It's just gorgeous out. It's still like 73 degrees. And there's really not crap on TV, and who wants to sit in front of TV all the time anyways. So we're going to have a fire. Hi Missy Kitty. Hi wacky Miss Kitty. So I got a little bit of food there for that camera. I got some marshmallows over by us this time in case the raccoon comes begging. Like he did the other night, I'll have something to give him. And then I put some food right there, pretty darn close to us. And then I got some marshmallows over here in front of the trail camera. And then I have the usual food items down there. Marshmallows, caboodle, a few pieces of cheese, and a fresh bowl of water. They seem to be really enjoying the water. Well, I also have health care news for anyone that may be interested. Because I signed up for the online portal info thing, we've already gotten, what do we get the results from? My blood test and my chest x-ray, correct?
Yeah, your blood test, your chest x-ray. What else did you have? Your EKG.
EKG, okay, so yeah, we got results from all three of those things that were posted on my account online. Let me see if I can get this crappy firewood to burn, and then we'll fill you in on what it said. Well, it looks like we're just stuck with the bond part tonight. The fire is lacking. Did you know the bond part of the bonfire word means looking stupid sitting in the dark trying to get something to burn? This wood sucks. It's not seasoned. It's maple. It's good wood. It's just not seasoned. So there you go. There's your wordsmithing lesson for tonight.
Bon is actually, good in French.
Good fire? Well, then what's the opposite in French? Chite? Chite fire? They just keep going out. I've had the torch on there for 20 minutes. Oh well.
It's glowing.
Yeah, if we were cold it would be helpful, but oh well.
It actually looks like it's catching a little better in the back.
If it stays hot enough down there, it'll eventually burn some.
That's our theory on wood. It'll burn eventually.
I don't have any ash. All that stuff I showed you in the video earlier out there that's not split is ash.
Who's that?
Well, I have Wizzy and Shelby, of course, here.
Is that an MK?
Must be Missy. Hi, Missy.
That's
Kitty.
an MK. Hi.
Yep.
Hi. Hi, Meeper.
So this is all about the raccoons tonight, guys. We're going to try to see if we can get a raccoon to come over here and take something from us.
Hi, Wizzy.
You guys will not believe what the security camera caught last night. Of all things, I've never seen this on a camera. A muskrat was up here in front of the area where I just put that camera. And it came and it walked right towards the camera. And it's like, oh my God, that's cool. It's a muskrat. Well, all of a sudden, what, 5 seconds, 10 seconds later, you see the muskrat going the other way, hauling ass. Well, here's Shelby right behind the muskrat chasing it back to the river. Like, holy crap. So I'll show that to you.
So I'm going to put up a sign on the side of the river and said, raccoons and possums, okay. Muskrats not accepted.
Yep. Never saw one up here before.
I've seen them at the feeders like 2 or 3 times in 25 years. That's all I've ever seen.
I've never seen one up here on the land, and apparently word's getting around this is the place to be if you're a critter and you're hungry and you're not a meat eater. So anyways, the health update, guys, I was able to get access to my online. They posted all my test results online, the EKG, the blood work, and the chest x-ray. And I will say the chest x-ray showed
It was clear.
no obvious something, it said.
Yeah, no obstructions, no, basically there was nothing to see in his chest x-ray. His lungs are clear. His EKG was well within normal limits, and everything looked good with his heart. The only thing that it showed in the blood work, his HDL and LDL cholesterol are fine. They're not even near high. His triglycerides were just a little bit above normal. And there were a couple instances of white blood cell. He's got a little bit of a high white blood cell count, but that might just be because he has some type of infection. You know, that could be as simple as having an infection in your finger could trigger your white blood cells. So, I mean,
Or it could be what my body's trying to fight off,
yeah,
this fatigue and
yes.
all that crap.
But basically there was, nothing on any of his tests that,
No
would
red
make...
flags anyways.
Yeah, nothing that would make you go, oh my God, this is terrible. Everything is within normal limits except for his triglycerides. The one thyroid was just a little bit out of whack, and then the white blood cells, and that was it. Everything else looked nominal. Their favorite word, nominal. So, he's probably freaking healthier than me.
So that's a good thing, and I just got to make the long trip to the ear, nose, and throat specialist tomorrow.
Oh, the only other thing was the glucose reading. But you had coffee that you weren't supposed to have.
True.
With a ton of sugar in it. So that could have affected, when you're supposed to be fasting, you're not supposed to be doing anything except drinking water. So that could have thrown your glucose reading off.
Luckily, I completely forgot about fasting, but I did not eat anything that morning, so...
But I'm just thinking with as much sugar as you put in your coffee,
I
that
know it.
you might want to, but when you go back to see the doctor about these tests,
I'll
mention
tell her
that. Do mention that. So, and that, yeah, that could have been, they're looking at levels that you're supposed to be after a 12-hour fast. Well, you had sugar. I didn't even think about that. No, he's probably healthier. I mean, I'd probably go in there and maybe be like, your blood pressure's sky high, you're borderline diabetic. Oh, do you want to know? Really don't.
So we'll see. The little chest pains I've been haven't occurred in the last couple of days. In fact, working on cutting that tree, I did not do a lot of cutting, but I felt kind of guilty for standing around filming it while they were cutting up this tree that they were giving me a good portion of. And so I hopped on the saw, and I had never run Carl's electric chainsaw. And finally, guys, that electric chainsaw changed my mind. The first couple chainsaws Carl got that were electric battery powered, I think they were Greenworks brand, not the Slam, that brand, but they were a joke. We were cutting about a 6-inch piece of wood out here by the river with the first saw, and we made 3 or 4 cuts on it, and it went up in smoke. The motor smoked while we were cutting it on the 4th or whatever cut. Like, okay, well, they sent them that one back, and they sent him another one. Well, that one died after less than a week of use, and they were kind of a joke. And then he got another one that he has now that's fairly decent, but it's just slow. It was still not fast enough to make up for the aggravation of mixing gas and such, Well, now the one he's got now, it's definitely comparable to a gas-powered saw. It's got the power, it's got the blade speed, it cuts real quick, it's nice. Although it's heavy, it's heavier than a gas-powered saw. So.
But I mean, you really can't compare it to some of your saws, though, because you've had some badass saws.
Yeah. That's for sure. So,
Not my little home light. I loved my little home light. My little baby home light. You know why I get nervous running those things? Because I've seen too many videos of when chainsaws go wrong.
yeah, so, but I didn't have any issues yesterday doing the cutting I did or helping to load the wood into the truck and stuff. And then today I had to do the brake line on the truck and, laying on the ground on a creeper even. At least I was on a creeper, being able to roll around was still a pain in the butt getting up and down from underneath the truck. And anybody that's ever done brake line work knows you at some point end up flaring, having to do a flare on a brake line on the ground underneath the truck when you're piecing a new line in, and that really sucks. So, but I got it, and he's got brakes again, so.
Well, thank God it didn't happen when he was driving.
I'll probably take a camera with me to Cadillac tomorrow, because we haven't been to Cadillac for 10 years, I want to say. It's really nice up there.
Yeah.
So I'll probably take a camera along just because.
Well, like I said, I mean, I thank God that didn't happen when he was driving it. I'm glad it happened when you had it over at Dan's,
Well, it actually started happening while we were waiting in line at the stupid recycling center. And I told them when I got in the truck that morning, I'm like, man, your brakes feel a little funny. And they just started feeling more funny as we went along. It was because it was losing fluid slowly.
Did Chuck tell you what I told him to tell you?
I don't think so.
Because I said, so he's worried about driving the truck with no brakes, huh? Last time my car lost brakes, I got the lecture about how the car still has brakes.
The truck still had brakes.
I got lectured. See, it still has brakes. I'm still not driving it like that. Still not driving it with the pedal going all the way down to the floor. So I told Chuck to tell you, well, he can still get it home. It's still got brakes.
Yeah, I have an emergency brake too. Cable operated on the rear shoes, so.
Hey, guess what? I don't have an emergency brake on the Buick.
The worst that would have happened is if I had to slam on the emergency brake, the back tires would have locked up and we would have slid out of control into a ditch. That's the worst that could have happened.
Well, that's nothing. Sliding, and I'm going to quote here, out of control into a ditch. That ditch that my mother always used to discuss. Thought you were dead in a ditch. Where is the ditch you keep talking about? There are no ditches in Livonia that I'm aware of.
Well, I went in and plugged back into the Wi-Fi, or security cameras. And as you can see, it's 10:25. This way I can watch what's going on the side of the house while we're sitting out here. So that way we will know to watch out for any raccoons if they show up over there. It seems they generally go there first. That's where the most goodies are. And I found a couple pieces of ash that get this burning a little better for now. And as you can hear the frickin' cricket is the cricket's like right in this area behind me, and I got my microphone right there. And it is really, really frickin' loud. Oh, I'm never alone when I'm sitting out here. Oh, Wizzy was sitting there. Now I got Bit and Shelby. Oh, I don't know where Mr. Wizzy went. Well, I'm going to get my parabolic dish to put it on top of my stand there to see if I can block out some of that cricket. The raccoons are not wanting to cooperate tonight. There was one sitting on a rock across the river. As soon as we put the light on it, it ran up into the woods. And we heard something going after or fighting raccoons, something, but one of them was definitely a raccoon. The other could have been a baby raccoon. I don't know. It didn't sound. It wasn't good. But other than that, it's been really quiet. Nobody showed up over here. Nothing showing up on the camera in the side yard, the feeding area. The raccoons just can't figure them out. They just really don't. The only thing consistent about them is they come every day, but they certainly don't come at the same time. Some nights they're out here just as it's getting dark before it's even completely dark. And then other nights they don't come until after midnight. We've been giving all these darn marshmallows to the raccoons. I'm gonna make one for myself. I haven't had one in forever. I don't even know if I like them anymore. That ought to do. Let's see how it tastes. Probably crappy like everything else I've been trying to eat.
Your steak was good.
Yes, that's true.
The corn was good.
Not bad. Yeah, not too bad. Forgot to tell you guys, or haven't told you guys, the sweet corn we got today was probably the best sweet corn I've ever had. It's just awesome.
You guys don't know this, but he's a sweet corn connoisseur. He could eat sweet corn every single day.
Probably.
Easily. But there's these people that show up every once in a while in town and they park in the lot of one of the gas stations. And the sweet corn that they have is just always incredible.
It's so good, they'll say, if you hadn't never tried it before, they'll say, take an ear, open it up, eat it raw. And it is delicious, not even cooked.
It's like candy. So good. Whatever we don't eat before it goes bad, I'll just cook it and then just cut it all off the ears and throw it in the freezer because I'm not wasting that. I'm sure they'll be there again for Labor Day.
And I put a beet up. There was one ear that was a little beat up, so we peeled it and put it over there for the raccoons. We'll see if they like sweet corn. That'd be really cool if it picks it up with its hands, eats it like we do.
Would you eat sweet corn if there were marshmallows and watermelon available? I bet you wouldn't.
That was Mr. Wizzy walking in front of the camera again.
Hi.
We did just have a raccoon over there to our right, and as soon as we put the flashlight, the not even bright flashlight, on him, he took off. So that's not the one we were hoping to get to come over here and eat a marshmallow from our hand. There's no way to know which one it really is
Mr. Wizzy's scared
until it
him
shows
off.
up.
Mr. Wizzy's a badass, huh?
Yeah, he actually walked right towards Wizzy and got about 3 feet away from Wizzy and then turned around and went the other way. So.
Yeah, like anybody should be afraid of this one. Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear him purring?
Trust me, he's a lover, not a fighter.
Well, it's almost 11:45. We finally have a visitor over on the side. Looks like he's eating the sweet corn. He is holding it in his hand. That's cool. Here, you want to see? But as you can see, our fire's petering out and we're about done.
Yeah, I gotta go in. I gotta get to bed.
She's got to go to work early again, and I'm tired, and the raccoons are really not wanting to cooperate tonight, so. But hey, we had a nice night by the fire for sure.
He's eating marshmallows. Oh, it's a marshmallow, yeah.
Is he? Alright, well, he's got plenty to pick from over there, so we're gonna either have a bunch of fat and happy raccoons or a bunch of fat and heart disease raccoons.
They'll be
So, alrighty, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.